and welcome back to another Cake Life vlog. You can probably hear a loud humming noise in the background, and that is my aircon unit because it's going to be 26 degrees here today. Not loving that weather. I've had the aircon on for about an hour. It's about 20.5 in the studio, but it is going to rise because we're only on about 10:15 and it usually hits its high maybe 1 or 2 o'clock. I am not enjoying this weather. I actually came in last night to cover some of these cakes because it's Thursday. Usually I start filming on a Wednesday, but it's a Thursday because I was stressed in the heat yesterday. I have 3 cakes to do, technically 4, but 3 orders, which are all birthday cakes. One of them is being delivered on a long distance delivery Friday evening, and the other 2 are collections on Saturday. So as you can see, I have a square that's covered, I have a 5-inch, a hexagon. There is all sorts of shapes going on today. And this one is my priority. It's not been covered yet, and this is the one that's leaving Friday. These ones are Saturday, this one is Friday, so I'm going to turn my attention to this. I'm going to be working on this one all day, and these are just kind of prepped ready for me in the background. This one is now all finished at 2 p.m. It actually came together quite quick once I started. I just kind of got into the zone and got all these details on. But Monster Hunter must be super popular because if you remember, I did a wedding cake not long ago with 2 dragons on, based on Monster Hunter, and this is another creature from the game. However, it's not like decorated specific to how it looks in the game. There's lots of like artwork online that looks similar to this. So we just made a big hump cake to keep as much cake as possible instead of just carving it all away. It is lemon cake inside. It is for Dan's 40th, and I'm delivering this one, let me see, I think it's down near Birmingham somewhere. All I know, it's a very long delivery, so it's 2 and a bit hours I think one way. So we're going to drop this off tomorrow. Obviously I have to find a box that isn't going to damage his horns there that are sticking out. But yeah, super chuffed to have this one done. It's got all this spiky hair on top. And now we are moving on to these other cakes that are leaving on Saturday. So this one's going first, I think. This one, if you haven't guessed yet, is going to be a carousel cake. I have done many carousel cakes before, and I also have an exclusive tutorial on how I make these over in the Brigade. It is like a Halloween version, but you essentially can just make it in whatever colourway that you want. But the bottom always starts with a hexagon, and I show you how to make the hexagon as well. If you are just making a hexagon cake, I also have a tutorial for that on YouTube, which I will leave linked below. But I got all my horses ready because I was nice and organised for a change. I got all the horses done. Just need to decorate the horses in pink, like giving them pink tails and gold hooves and things like that. So I'm going to be working on this one next. And then the last one is this strong beige colour. This is a 90th birthday cake with the gentleman sat on top in his little armchair watching the telly. So I did press, I don't know if you can actually see, but I pressed an impression mat on the top of this to make it look a bit like carpet. So I'm going to airbrush this to accentuate that because you can't actually see it too much. Yeah, just a couple more hours at work now, but I think what I'm going to do is go home and have tea after I've worked on these for a couple of hours, and then I'm going to come back down and work on them this evening because I just want to get as much done as I can while the weather is a little bit cooler at night. So I will chat to you more then. I don't know how much you're going to be able to hear over the humming, but my gosh, it is 24 degrees in the studio now, even with a fan on and my aircon. I'm just trying to get this carousel cake finished. It's 6:30. I have already been home for some tea, which was nice and quick. And like I said, you haven't seen the making of this carousel cake because I do already have a tutorial on it. So just catching you up to where I am at. I'm just putting the floral circle on the front, then I need to paint the top horse, and then I need to put all the detail on around the top of the carousel, do like the old ornate gold sort of design. But my gosh, am I being tested this week. I'm being tested with the heat. It's just far too hot. I'm being tested with like the 3 cakes that I've got to make. I've got my challenge cake sitting over there. It's got a giant big crack down it now. I'll show it you in a second. But it's been sitting in the window. Never put cakes in the window. It's got a big crack down the side, and luckily it's not an order, it's just a challenge piece. But I'm running out of time to get it done. The house is a mess. People are just being annoying. So I'm just being tested this week. Not loving it. I have somewhere where I need to be in the morning. I'm not sure whether to chat about that in this vlog yet. I shall see what comes of it and then update you on that. But it just means I need to get as much done tonight as I can. So if I can get this carousel cake done and then maybe make a start on the 90th cake that I've got, because I've only got after I've got back tomorrow and in between the delivery, I think we're setting off at about 2:30. So I've only got a few hours window to get a whole cake done. But just know I am not feeling it this week, but I'm having to film because I need the content for YouTube. I'm going to crack on and I'll show you when it's done. Right, it's 7:45 and I now have this one finished. There's a heck of a lot of painting involved in this one, as you can probably tell, to paint all around the bottom, all the sticks, the details on the horses all the way around there, the inscription, some of the details on the wreath, and obviously another horse up the top. So there's so much painting to be done, because obviously you can see the backs of these as well, so the backs of them need painting, and then all the very tops of basically anything that you can see with your eye has needed to be painted. So we have this pretty white and pink cake going to a baby shower, which looks completely different to this grumpy monkey sat next to it. But now we have 2 of 3 cakes done, and I will show you the cracked one. So this cake has been stupidly sitting in the window, and as you can see, it's got now big crack down the side there, and it's bulged. Like, I can see that edge is no longer straight. There's a bulge there and it's very squishy. It's just got too hot in the window. Oh, that is super squishy around there. Ooh, what on earth? Luckily this isn't an order, just a challenge cake, bottom tier and a top tier. That's going to need doing at some point, but I'm glad this isn't a customer order. And now I have this one left to decorate. I think I'm going to cover the board. I don't want to be here too late, but I think I'm going to call Aldi on the way home and buy myself a big freaking cake. Yes, a cake. I don't get to eat cake because I just make them, but I feel like I need a massive big slice of bloody cake. It's too hot. I'm really annoyed. And sometimes I just hate this job. Or especially the things that happen that you can't control, that affect your ability to do the job. I will see you tomorrow. You do not see me tomorrow. You actually see me 3 to 4 months later.
That was filmed in June. I have just been editing it and realised I was so annoyed that week I put the camera down and did not pick it back up. However, I did finish the cake. So I put the cake on screen. It was a 90th birthday cake, sat in his armchair, watching a little bit of Emmerdale on the telly. I made my delivery of the Grumpy Monkey cake. That's just what I call it now, the Grumpy Monkey cake. And it was hell because we were stuck in standstill traffic, blazing sun and no aircon in the car because the aircon had needed fixing and it hadn't been fixed in time. So it was blazing hot and I was just so thankful I'd put a board halfway up that monkey. If I had not put a board halfway up, it would have just been a sloppy mess in the box. So I thank my past self for pushing through and deciding to put in a board. So yes, I didn't pick up the camera because I was so annoyed with the heat, the delivery being stuck in standstill traffic. I mean, it got there fine and they really liked it, so that's always a massive bonus, but it's the stress and the appointment I said I had in the video where I said I don't know whether to talk about it in this video or not. We're now like in October. I went for a job interview. Literally only walked 5 minutes away from the studio to somewhere else and they were advertising for like an e-commerce job. Now, unbeknownst to me, that job had actually already gone. But they liked my CV and kind of created a job for me based around that. So basically, I got a part-time job. I now work 12 hours making a business look pretty. I have designed their website. I do still do kind of the e-commerce part of the job. I do upload new products to the website, but I was predominantly ordered kind of to make the website look pretty and any leaflets they needed and do all like the graphic design stuff. But I do have a foot in the door of the e-commerce because I am uploading lots of the new products to make the website still look pretty. So I now do that 12 hours a week, which is probably why there's been a really big gap in vlogs, hence the footage from June. I have been holding on to this footage from June and just haven't had the time to edit. I finished a wedding cake early yesterday, so that means I've got a whole day today to carry on doing cake drawings, edit this vlog, edit any more footage I have because I still have footage left, do my emails, and then I start baking again tomorrow once I've delivered another wedding cake. So it's all been a little bit crazy. I am loving the part-time job. The reason for the part-time job, because you might be wondering why the heck do you need to do any more work? I haven't been employed for a long time. We are talking a long time. Cake has been my main job for like at least 18 years. That's just grasping a number out of thin air, but it's been a very long time. So I just wanted to see what it would be like. Would I enjoy employment? Could I do employment again after being self-employed for so long? What was it like? What is it like working in a team, you know, instead of just on your own in a kitchen? I just wanted to put my toe back in just to see if it was doable. Could I hack it? Could I go back to employment? And I know I'm only doing 12 hours, but so far I'm enjoying it. And I find myself wanting to do that more than make another cake. So yeah, that is just where I'm at the moment. I don't know what the future holds. Will I get more hours? But basically, I'm on a countdown to Christmas now. I think I had 17 cakes and then I had 14 cakes. I think I'm maybe like 13 cakes now until Christmas. 13 cakes still to go, and most of them are weddings. I don't know how many of those I'm going to be able to film. Like I said, I've lost my editing time, but you can count down with me. We'll count down through the cakes. I'm actually going to showcase now all the cakes I have made that I haven't filmed. I'll pop them on now. They're scrolling through. There are so many cakes that I have made and not filmed because I just haven't had the time, I haven't had the energy, and quite frankly, I haven't had the willpower. It does actually take up a lot of time and energy to pick a camera up and keep moving the camera angles and thinking about what to say and what to film. But yeah, here is everything you've missed. I still have another vlog to edit, I know that much. I still have a tutorial to edit. So those will be coming your way, still from like July. And then hopefully we can come a bit more up to speed with like maybe some October and November content. But yeah, apologies for that completely blank end of the vlog. I was just like, I have had enough. I am not filming anymore. But hopefully you still enjoyed what you did see. And yeah, I just thought I would give you an update on what the heck has been happening behind the scenes. So thank you very much for watching. The next vlog you'll see will be another historical one from July. I still have my Wicked tutorial to make, which is actually good timing because the new film comes out in November, so at least I'm not too late with that. And then we will resume hopefully with a little bit more up-to-date content as we count down the cakes till Christmas. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.